we're going to start in the Premier League for once. No disrespect, UEFA, sorry.
Sorry.
Because I thought that was absolutely huge last night.
It
because many of us would have thought it 2 months ago. We have a proper title race in our hands. Liverpool beating Arsenal 2-0 at the Emirates.
Yeah.
And this means the gap is 1 point, as everybody, unless you've been living under a rock, you know.
Yeah.
Liverpool travel to face City. I was asked maybe a month ago, maybe a little more than that, what chance I gave Liverpool to win the Premier League. I said 10%.
Okay.
That was then. This is now. When facts change, opinions change, because, neglected to mention this, City were held by Palace on Monday night, dropping those 2 points, and that's why it's just a 1 point.
In the last 9 games in the Premier League, 9 wins for Liverpool. They were 8 points behind, and in those 9 games, those 9 wins, City have dropped 7 points when Liverpool have dropped none. And I think this is why we've got this title race. You know, I think Liverpool are very much back in it. They've got the momentum. You still think City are going to win it. I think Liverpool are going to win it.
What
now,
are you, a mind reader?
for a different reason. You've told me. And we did the show where we had to tell who we think would win it.
Yeah.
I just think last night was huge because it was a big test for Liverpool, and Arsenal played really well. And Arsenal gave Liverpool a lot to think of. They put them on the back foot at times, and yet Liverpool found a way of winning it, whether it's a Ramsdale mistake, whether it's a Firmino piece of brilliance, whatever way, they found a way of winning it. And I think this is huge psychologically as well, in a game where they could easily have dropped points like City did at Palace.
I don't like talking about psychologically this and that, because I think a lot of people use it to blow smoke or to go and justify stuff that actually happens as it's just two people playing on the pitch.
Yeah.
However, in this case, I will make an exception, because I thought in that first half especially, Arsenal played so well.
Yeah.
Liverpool, I thought, were on the back foot. I mean, they had that chance at the very end of the first half, but I think it was Sadio Mane, as I recall. But in that second half, Liverpool showed, I saw, a ton of personality to go back. I felt like the momentum was against them. They turned it around. And yeah, you can say that, you know, they took advantage of the Ramsdale mistake, but they were there.
Yeah.
They looked like a team that said, we got this. We're not going to lose this game. We'll either get a point or we'll get all three. And they ended up getting all three.
Yeah, I think, again, it's thin margin because Arsenal are doing a lot of things right now. Tactically, the way Arteta set up when they have the ball, when they lose the ball, when they lose it, and try to counter-press. And then when that doesn't work, the way they drop and in the 4-4-2 formation, this is great. Those games are won or lost in sometimes the individual difference that you can have. Alisson make that huge save on Odegaard at 0-0 when the back pass from Thiago is intercepted by Lacazette. This is the turning point, because on the other hand, Ramsdale has that little mistake on the Jota goal, which and this is how you won a game. The day Arsenal will have a squad in quality and quantity as good as the Liverpool one, if ever, then they will win games like this. Right now, their squad is not as good, and this is the difference. This was the difference on Wednesday night.
I'm not sure the difference was individual quality.
Clearly, you see on the Jota goal and the Alisson save. This is individual difference.
I think it was, but because we've seen Ramsdale can make saves like that
but he
too.
didn't, and Alisson did.
But I think it's more like what happened. I don't think Liverpool won this game necessarily because they have better players 1 to 11 than Arsenal. I mean, they do, but that's not the reason that they won the game. I think the reason, because on the night, as I said, they had better players than Arsenal throughout that first half, and Arsenal took the game to them. They certainly battled as equals if they didn't.
For sure.
I'd even go say Arsenal shaded the first half in terms of what we saw on the pitch. I think there's a confidence. There's this, and again, I don't like talking, this metaphysical stuff that we can't measure and we can't see. But I think in this case, it completely applies. I'll go so far as to say the confidence with which they play eventually frustrated Arsenal, and that was a difference. And perhaps that is what led to those mistakes. I was hugely impressed. As you know, I've said before, and it's not just me; it's Klopp who said it too, about how they had some dirty wins. There were times when
they haven't played well in the moment.
But they played well at the weekend, and I thought they played really well. Against a team that was flying on Wednesday
they can
night.
step up. But when you can bring Firmino and Salah for the last half hour as well, and then we go back to the quality and the quantity, Arsenal in terms of depth in the squad are nowhere near Liverpool. So I don't know why you're rolling your eyes.
Because I don't
Who can bring Firmino and Salah after an hour? No one.
Because it's Salah with an injured foot.
It doesn't matter. It would have been Diaz and Firmino.
But Salah's not the reason Liverpool won.
But that's not the point, Gab. The point is that they can bring on players like Salah and Firmino after an hour. Arsenal cannot. Arsenal have to sub Odegaard and bring Smith Rowe on. And that's it.
Smith Rowe's not bad. They can bring on. But they brought on Eddie, right?
It's not the same at all.
I take
Do you know what I mean?
There's no question Liverpool are better.
It's huge.
There's also no question that I think this was a game that Liverpool could have slipped up on.
Yeah.
But they didn't, and I thought they came through with flying colours.
Yeah.
You say Liverpool for the title. I say City.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this much more on the Gab and Juls podcast.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.